I studied abroad. You ever run across a study abroad? You know, the GEC. The GEC telling us if you're a junior, you need to get the fuck out of here. I studied abroad in Denmark. I know. Oh, yeah, Denmark. I know a white guy in a Scandinavian country. What's going to happen? Is he going to fit in? How is he going to communicate with them? Only 86% of Danes speak English. That's a full 14% of Danish people who also pretty much speak English and they just don't admit it. They're like, oh, I took Danish in school, and then they use words like effervescent, eloquent, while I say, oh, ain't that purty? For real, I did try to learn Danish, so I did what any good language learner would do. I downloaded Duolingo. Rest in peace, that owl. Actually, I think the owl is alive again. No, is it back? Is the owl back? Okay, that's scary. I downloaded Duolingo and I got to my first lesson, and the first word was hi, pronounced hi, meaning hi. Spelled H-E-J? Hedge? And I said hedge to Duolingo and I was like, that's wrong. So I uninstalled Duolingo. They don't want me to learn Danish anyways. I did learn things over there because, you know, it's an experiential learning requirement, not an expensive leisure retreat. And it felt like it's like that sometimes. So I did learn some stuff. I took a class on satire, you know, like humor for pretentious people. And it was called What's So Funny? And I found out, not satire. There's something profoundly unfunny about studying satire. But what was really cool is they brought in a Danish stand-up comedian. You know, they have those. And he told us about the history of Danish stand-up, and that basically, in like the 2000s, Danish people came to America, watched our comedians, went back to Denmark, and stole their jokes. And it worked, because no one could get past hedge. Like, they couldn't figure out that there was a problem going on. And it worked for a while, and like, you know, now they are better people, so they stopped doing that. They're no longer funny, but they try, they do better. But I was so inspired in that class that I took some notes, which is surprising as a study abroad trip. I wrote down, get Netflix subscription, re-download Duolingo, become famous Danish stand-up comedian. And so I'll be having a tour in Odense in Copenhagen next year. Everyone should make it out to that, 2026. I'm touring Denmark, telling jokes that I heard from John Mulaney. I don't want to be similar to him. I was in Denmark for the election, you know, that thing. And people are often like, oh, that must have been so nice to be in Europe during the election because you don't have to think about it. No! They were more invested in our election than I think some of us were. Like, it's like their reality TV. Like, they don't watch Real Housewives of Copenhagen. They watch the crumbling of the American democracy. Like, they watch our country fall. And I hope we get another season. So what really sucked is post-election. Besides like all the things that suck post-election, what was really annoying is after the election, I would tell a European that I'm American, and they would respond to me like I just told them my parents were viciously murdered. Oh, that's terrible. Are you okay? Do you need anything? Oh, what are you gonna do now? They were really just worried about like Greenland, but like they pretended to care about me. Red, White, and Blue Land coming 2026. That's a real bill. That's not satire. You should do some research. They have universal health care over in Denmark. I know, it's crazy. They pay taxes, I guess. And what's really interesting about universal health care is that like it makes being sick different. Because for one, they don't believe in like cold medicine, they just suffer at home, which is like a different system. They get to stay home, but also I just wanted some Dayquil. They don't have it. But what's really interesting is that they have this phone number for non-emergency medical issues. So you could call it and be like, hey, I have a fever and a runny nose. And they'd be like, you're sick, stay home. And that's how it works in Denmark. And I think it's kind of different here in the US, of course, because you say like, I have a fever and a runny nose, so you have your symptoms. So the first thing you do is Google your symptoms, and then you find out it's terminal. You have 14 days left to live. You should see an oncologist. I only know what that is from Grey's Anatomy. It's just it's a different system. Hot take, I'm scared of death. Anyone else scared of death? I feel like if I hear scared of death, like what's going on after that? But also, I don't want to live to like 102. They don't seem happy. All their friends are dead. And they don't know how technology works. They're just kind of confused. But luckily, I don't think I'm going to live to 102 because there's like two ways to live to that age. One is be a positive member of your community and like work out and eat well. Or complain every day, drink glasses of whiskey a night, and polish it off with 12 packs of cigarettes, and God will make you live longer. And I want to leave you with this, is that we have to think of how fortunate we are here at the Haha, that we can do both in one night. Buy yourself a drink, the money goes to charity, and you're an active member of community, so if you buy a drink, you're gonna live longer. Thank you, I've been Adam Arna. Adam, I hope